Are you ready to create a life you crave? Let's spin that doom loop of negativity into an upward success cycle and start living lucky. Good morning. I'm Jana.
I'm Jason.
And we are living lucky.
You are too.
Today we're talking about navigating the seas.
Navigating the seas, SEA.
Rough waters out there, Jason.
That's funny.
Let's hop on the ship.
Let's take a ship.
Oh. That just went into a left turn there. We were doing a presentation last night and we talked about navigating the seas.
The
Now,
letter C.
When we talk about seas, we're talking about the letter C. And what falls under the seas, navigating the seas,
For
is
us,
confidence,
clarity,
conciseness, if that's a word,
being correct,
complete,
credibility,
compassion,
connectivity,
conversation,
community,
communication,
and a coach.
coaching. I mean, it's all of the C's. And when you do that, you start to really believe in yourself.
Yes.
It's the combination of all of those things. And it's weird that they all start with the letter C.
I know.
Right?
Well, you gave me a French, Latin, Italian word that.
Confidere.
Beautiful.
Confidere is actually a musical term. I've been learning this in my piano lessons that I'm still taking at age 49. But confidere
never stop learning.
Is a music term that means practice. And when we practice, what do we get?
We lean in with curiosity. We give ourselves permission to fail. We
gain confidence in
yes.
ourselves. We learn how to navigate
the seas.
The seas.
I
We
love it.
learn
We've come
what
full
to
circle.
do. I know. And there we go, folks. Thanks for joining us today.
Well, it's so important because oftentimes we go into something new and we want to be perfect at it when we start it.
I'm just going to be real right now. The biggest obstacle that I have faced, and I can't even believe that I'm saying this out loud, but
Give it to
because
us.
you're here with us and you're part of the Living Lucky community, I will share it with you. The biggest obstacle, when I was 38, I started hearing a voice, an inner voice. It was a knowing that said, Jana, there's something bigger and better. Do it. Go for it. And I had the hardest time taking that leap because I had doubt in myself, in my abilities. I didn't believe in myself.
Wow, that's big. I feel like that's a very common thing. That was me when we were leaning heavily into personal development. And when I saw the magic that you had started creating, because this is well after that portion of time, and I saw what you were doing, and I felt the calling in me that says, hey, there's something bigger and better for you. You need to do it. And you have to let go of all these things that you know, that you're comfortable in, that you're very successful at.
So that you can make room for new.
And make room for that new. I've got goosebumps all over right now because what I wanted to do was keep one foot in the old and put one foot in the new. And while I was doing that, I kept waking up at 2:30 in the morning in tears, in almost like a panic of, I know that I need to. I know that I could do this.
Scary.
And it's so scary because I wanted the benefits, the structure, the certainty of it.
Uncertainty is the other part of this. So it's doubt, fear, and uncertainty. And just like you said, when you're kind of putting one foot in and you're kind of keeping one foot holding on, it's like you're on the monkey bars and you're like, I don't want to let go because I know that I need to in order to grab this.
And I'm safe and I can't get to the next rung without letting go of this one.
And for me, I had the hardest time betting on myself. Now, I know that on the outside, people, friends, family, coworkers were like, of course, this is the next step for you. I don't understand what the problem is.
Same.
Like, this is exactly the trajectory that you're on. I don't understand. Everyone else can see it. Why can't you?
Well, that was same for me when you were saying, just do it. Like you're so powerful in this new space. Let go of the other monkey bar and grab hold of this new. And I just was like, not. And then one day you said, we're going to be okay. And I'm here with you.
Yeah.
And I sent the resignation letter, and it's been just the most beautiful, amazing journey, learning and experimenting into the newness.
That being said, there's also challenges that go into becoming.
Yes.
And to grow that belief muscle. It's a faith muscle is what it is.
Well, and I think that we have done that by being very continuously showing up and being consistent in that.
That's where I'm coming with the C's, because people say, well, how do you grow that belief muscle in yourself? How do you take that leap of faith? How do you walk blindly into the uncertainty? And how do you know that you're going to come out on the other end even bigger and better? Well, it's navigating these C's. It's finding the clarity. It's showing up with consistency.
It's wrapping your hands around that knowing and having the credibility in yourself so that you can mirror that out.
And it's learning to communicate. It's learning to communicate with your soul, learning to communicate with your feelings and your thoughts.
And communication is a form of connection because it bridges the gap between understanding.
Yes. And then, you start building, as you start moving on this path and building that confidence by practicing and showing up, the confidere, as you start building that, then you start attracting a community of people that are either on the same path with you or that want to almost ride your coattails. They want to learn from you. So you start feeling the support building underneath.
It sounds like a Living Lucky program.
But it's exactly what it is. When people say, well, how do you believe in yourself? How do you take that leap of faith? How do you know your soul is wanting something bigger and better? Well, there's a lot to it. There's a lot of little minor steps.
And sometimes one of the things we did was we got ourselves a coach.
Not just one.
Right.
We got ourselves coaches in every area of our life, and we still do this. So I want to put another C in there, is continue to grow, continue to evolve, continue to get outside your comfort zone. And like you just said, get a coach in any area that you need. Because
one thing that coach is going to do is they're going to help you with the clarity around finding what you're doing well. And they're also going to give you little pinpoints as to this might be adapted or changed or adjusted a little bit to give you more certainty, clarity, confidence moving forward.
There's one last C that I want to talk about that we haven't mentioned yet, and that is celebrate.
Oh, so
celebrate, dance to the music.
Yeah, knowing what your wins are, like defining wins as the kind of the process of moving forward in faith.
Yes.
Because if you're setting the wins, we talked about this last night on our webinar. If you're putting the win as the completion or the result,
yes,
a lot of times as you're growing into the newness, you're not going to realize the best optimal result right away. But it's definitely down the runway. So if you just enjoy that process and have fun doing it and celebrate the showing up,
yes,
consistently.
Okay, so consistency is really just practicing.
Yes,
and when you practice, when you show up consistently and you practice, you start building that confidence muscle. There's a confidence muscle. And this is what we call navigating the C's. We're not talking SEAS. We're talking C's as in A-B.
C, Charlie.
C. Because
Confidere.
It feels like the way you build this belief muscle is with all of the C words. And again, just to recap, what are some of those C words, Jason?
Clarity, conciseness, being complete and credible, having compassion, connecting with others or connection, having a powerful conversation, and building a community.
Celebrating, getting a coach, confidence.
Yeah, we're here to build that confidence muscle. And we're here to pump you up.
I've heard that before. Thanks for joining us. I hope this helps anyone out there. If so, please give us a little email at
jason@livinglucky.com and keep living lucky.
Bye-bye. If the idea of living lucky appeals to you, visit us at startlivinglucky.com.